Assalamu alaikum ladies, it's Maryam Akram and I am your sister and coach on this journey to your Rabb inshallah. This is my page, Soulpreneur Life Coaching, and I am so excited today because I've decided, you've probably seen the posts already, but I've decided I'm going to do a challenge inshallah. So it's like a bit of a training program where I'm going to be doing some live Facebook videos. There's going to be 5 videos, and inshallah you're going to learn so much, and you're going to really, and you might be thinking it's going to be the same, but it's going to be completely different this time. And but inshallah it's still going to be life changing, still going to be transformational, and it's still going to help you get out of your own way. And today I don't want to make this video long because I know a lot of people don't have that much time, but today I'm going to talk about I've got some news for you basically, and it's the good, the bad and the ugly. So the first thing is that I to impact their lives and improve their lives. And I know that for you, because you're a soulpreneur, because you're on this page, I know that for you this is all so important, because it's not about the dunya, it's not about what anyone's going to say, it's about you fulfilling your potential for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I know that's who you are. I know that you want to do all these things because you really want to please your Rabb. You really want to, come on that day of judgment, and when there's those people who say, here, read my book, read my book. What does Allah say? There's going to be people on the day of judgment who are going to be running around saying, here, read my book, I passed, look, I did it, I made it. And I always think book going to say that's going to be our ticket to Jannah. And by the way, my phone's battery is very low, I've just realized. So if this video goes dead, it's because my battery is low. So that tells you how organized I am, but let's carry on anyway. So I'm talking about our book on the day of judgment. Let's say what's going to be written. That book is going to be the ticket. You know how you go to the train station, you're trying to get on the train and there's barriers in the way. Whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're going to do tomorrow, whatever you've done in the past, all of that is going to be documented in that book, and that's what's going to determine whether whether that ticket is going to be effective in taking you to Jannah. And then Jannah has levels. There's the lowest level, and then there's the highest level, right next to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right next to the prophets, next to the arsh. Can you just imagine that? Just imagine being there for a moment. And I hope that you're all not just planning to get to Jannah, but that you're planning to get to the highest Jannah. And I know that if you're desiring that, if you want that, then you really do want to unleash that potential within your soul. You really do want to capitalize on those intentions that Allah has inspired in your heart, and you really want to make them happen. And the good news, the part of this video which is the good news is that you can do that, and there's a few steps that you need to take to get there. So that's the good news. The good news is that yes, you can unleash your soul's potential. You can get to that place where you can start living the life you want to live. And it's funny, I was reading about success, and there's one of the ashab radiallahu anhum, they say defining success. What is success? They say success is when you get what you want in this dunya and the next. So that's success. So I'm telling you that success is an option. It's an option. You can get what you want here and in the next dunya, in the next world. And why I know that? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He taught us that dua. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Ya Allah, give us good in this world and give us good in the next world. The news is that you can have it. You can release that potential within your soul. You can fulfill those dreams. You can make it happen. You can achieve your goals. Maybe you want to memorize the Quran. Maybe you want to help orphans. Maybe you want to create a charity project where you give out meals to the poor people. You can do all of it, but there's work to do. There's work to do. And if there's work to do. So that's to go where it hurts, to get to the place where you can fulfill your soul's potential, to get to that place where you're deeply connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to get to that place where you have success in this dunya, inshallah, and in the next. May Allah make us among those people. You have to go where it hurts. You have to make yourself uncomfortable. The bad news is that there's work to do, and the bad news, if you call it is bad news, is that there's always going to be an excuse. There's always going to be things happening. I just recently have had 2 funerals in my family, 2 deaths of very close people, and life carries on. Life carries on. We carry on. I'm still alive. Those people have passed away. Their book of deeds has finished. They haven't got a chance to change anything, but I have. Allah has chosen for me to be alive today. He's chosen for you to be alive today. So it's good news, but with it comes, you could call it bad news, is that you need to do the work. So what's the work? The work is understanding yourself first. And there's a saying that the person who knows himself knows his Rabb. And the thing is, the key to our worship, the key to our success is to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because if we really knew Him with our souls and with our hearts, then it becomes so easy to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you know how much Allah loves you, how merciful He is to you, and also when you know how bad His anger is or how He can punish you, all of that together will drive you to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the best way. And when you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the best way, you open the doors of success for yourself. And by the way, don't confuse yourself by thinking worship is only to pray and to fast and to read Quran. There are many other forms of worship to fulfill your purpose on this earth, to take those gifts that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put inside you and use them to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to serve His deen. That is also worship. All of these things are worship. You could be listening to this video right now with the right intention, and that when it comes to making sure that your akhirah is how you want it to be, that making sure that you're pleasing in your Rabb the way you want to please Him. So you have to be a little bit self-centered in that way, and maybe that self-centeredness actually looks like you serving others more, because you're serving others in order to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and by pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're making your own future. He's had so much time to learn how to attack. Have you ever sat and thought, what are the devil's channels towards me? What things does he use to get to me? Because it's very unique and it's very different for each person. The way the devil attacks me is not the way the devil attacks you. He has very subtle ways. You know, الَّذِي يُوَسْوِسُ فِي صُدُورِ النَّاسِ, he whispers in the chests of the people. The devil doesn't come out right. You know, if he came out right, we might be able to notice, but he whispers, he suggests, he comes cunningly in ways that we don't know. And the only way to figure it out is to sit, to reflect, to pause. And that comes to the next thing you need to do if you want to reach your soul's potential, is you need to pause. Pause. Take some time out. Stop. Breathe. You know, when you go to read your salah, really be present, really pause your day, and in that moment when you're reading your salah, know that you could die. And in that pause, think and reflect where you are. Where are you? I don't mean where you are physically. Where are you in your life? Where are you in your soul's journey? You know, your soul started a journey, and that it was before you were born. Your soul started a journey when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created all the souls, and then He gathered them and He asked them, who is your Rabb? And they said, He said, Alastu bi Rabbikum? Am I not your Rabb? And they all said yes. That's when the journey started. That's when Allah created you. And your soul's been here since then. And then it came into this world via birth. And then you've been growing up. And wherever you are right now, you might be single, you might be married, you might have children, but that's your soul's journey. All of that is your soul's journey. Have you ever sat and reflected on where your soul is? And how far have you reached in your journey? Because you know what? This soul, your soul, is eternal, forever and ever and ever and ever. Have you ever absorbed that? The fact that you are an eternal being, an infinite being. There's no end to you. You're going to live forever. But there's only a small window which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you to effect change. To cause a change in your eternity, there's only a small window. And that window is this few years of life that you have here on this earth. These breaths that you're taking, the words that you say, the actions that you do every day, those few years are going to determine how your soul, is going to be affected in eternity. It's going to determine the trajectory of your journey. Are you going to go up or are you going to go down? Are you going to go down into hell or up into heaven? Are you going to go up to the highest heaven or down to the lowest hell? You know, there's only a few years to influence how you're going to live in eternity. So have you ever taken a moment to pause, to reflect and to think about yourself? Where are you right now? Have you ever asked those, soul-finding questions? What does Allah want from me? What is my purpose? Why has Allah created me? Allah could have created 1 million different people. He's created 1 billion different people, and every single one of them has a purpose. Allah says, أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا? Do you think that we created you in vain, without any reason, without any cause? Or do you think that Allah has no wisdom, or that any action of His is without purpose? If He created you, it's because you have a purpose. It's because you yourself, you with your unique experiences, you with your unique gifts, and that's because there's a purpose to your existence. There's something that Allah has given you, something special about you that was needed in this century at this time. And it's for you to find out, what is the gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put inside me that I need to use to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the only way to do that is to first work through all the negatives, work through the negative mindset, work through the negative emotions, work on healing your okay? And the last thing I said, bad and ugly. The ugly news is that it's your choice. It's your choice. And if you choose to continue as you are right now, where tomorrow is the same as today, where there's no improvement, where you don't change anything, you don't change the way you think, you don't change the way you feel, you don't change the way you behave towards other people, you don't change your habits. So if you wake up at 11 o'clock every day or midday, you just continue to wake up at midday. Or if you miss Fajr, you just continue to miss Fajr. Or if you're eating badly and filling your body with haram, you continue to do that. Or maybe I'm going to do something about this, then the ugly news is that you're going to stay right where you are. Your soul's journey is going to stop, and you're going to stay right where you are, right in the situation where you are, feeling stuck, feeling destroyed, feeling defeated, like I don't even get the food I want to eat, and I need to sleep and I'm tired. And you can carry on, you can make as many excuses as you like. I'm in the wrong city, there's no opportunities here, I'm in the wrong country, I've got the wrong family, I had the wrong upbringing. Bad relationship which is affecting them. There might be someone who's healthy, but they just haven't got any happiness in their life. Or there might be someone who's happy but their body is unwell, they've got heart problems, they've got heart attacks, or they're on the verge of dying, maybe they've got cancer. So each one of us, if we chose to, we could play the victim story, and I could come up with a million excuses why I am the worst, like the most unluckiest person on this earth, and you could do the same, and we could have a contest, and I don't know who would win, because we've all got bad things that have happened to us, because it's part of life. That's how Allah difficulties. But the thing that eats you inside is when you yourself know that you could do so much better, and you know that you're the only thing that's getting in the way. And I know that we all know that. We all know that the only thing that's getting in the way is ourselves. And the ugly truth is that if you don't choose to change, then you won't change, because Allah subhanahu you want to have that ugly truth as being you don't want to have that ugly truth be the truth of your life. I'm hoping that most of you want to make the most of your potential. You want to do things for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you want to improve, even if it's by one tiny percent, or maybe not even 1%, maybe if it's by 0.5%. I'm hoping that all of you want to change, you want to make an improvement. And that is why, inshallah, next week, starting from Tuesday, I'm going to be doing some live training, Facebook live videos just like this one, and I'm going to be discussing how you can access the potential within your soul, and how you can start beginning to what you need to do to unleash the potential within your soul. And I'm hoping that if you're watching this video, inshallah, you're going to follow the link above and you're going to join the challenge, and I'm going to see you here on Tuesday listening and taking in that information about how you can become the person you want to be and really truly live a life from your soul, inshallah. And like I